Yeah. So let's talk about Counter-Strike 2, shall we? I am actually quite excited to see what they've been cooking up. My guess, and this is complete guessing here, is that they're going to move from Source to Source 2. Probably update some lighting. Probably, I was gonna say probably add some ray tracing. Definitely touch the maps because I feel like the most important part about upgrading from Source to Source 2.0 would be to give it a little touch here and there on the maps, and that's kind of it. Honestly, if I think if they change anything else, they would probably be under some sort of backlash because CS is the type of game where if you change the time to kill, if you change one of the weapons, if you change anything core to the game itself, it might create a lot of problems from the community they cultivated. Nothing really like too bad, I would say, but still, let's give it a go, shall we?
Counter-Strike is known for its visceral and satisfying gunplay.
Arguable.
Now, firing a weapon looks pretty simple. You click your mouse, your character shoots.
This is already from Source 2. I can already tell given the lighting. What?
Weapon look.
Oh. Dynamic smokes? There is one video called leveling responsive smokes. Yeah. So it really is dynamic smoke.
Firing a
Okay.
weapon looks pretty simple. You click your mouse, your character shoots, your target takes damage. But there's a lot more happening behind the scenes. In previous versions of Counter-Strike, the game only evaluated moving and shooting in discrete time intervals, or ticks, and time between those ticks didn't exist. For the most part, the experience was seamless. But sometimes those milliseconds between click and tick could be the difference between landing or missing your shot.
You could kind of feel that if you had a above, let's say, 120 something ping, I would say. If you were like a super pro and stuff like that, and you cared about like precision, perfect aiming, and everything like that, I would say there's a hell of a lot more to just 100 ping, 120, somewhere along the lines of those ballparks. But to the casual player, lovely Steam Deck right there, Valve. If you're watching this, I would really appreciate a Steam Deck. It definitely didn't matter all that much to the casual player, but I'm glad they're improving on something here.
That's why with Counter-Strike 2,
Beyond graphics, of
introducing
course.
sub-tick updates. Now the tick rate no longer matters for moving and shooting, so the server will know the exact moment you fired your shot, jumped your jump, or peeked your peek, and the server will calculate your precise actions between ticks.
I really like this and the player with the smoke
between
over there.
ticks.
That's awesome.
So what you see is what you get.
Okay. They also updated the fire. I wonder if it's dynamic fire too. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's just the 3 videos, right? Yes. Okay, just wanted to check on. Let's go into responsive smokes. I'm really interested on this.
In a Counter-Strike match, information can mean the difference between success or failure. As
Why does it look like it's at 2K? There you
a
go.
result, smoke grenades have become a cornerstone of team tactics. With Counter-Strike 2's new game engine, we've evolved smokes and made them dynamic.
My god, the smoke really is smoke. Holy shit, I can already tell that this is game-changing.
Smoke grenades
Way more
now
game-changing than I
create
thought.
volumetric 3D objects that live in the world. Now, not only do all players see the same smoke regardless
This USP feels a little bit different over here, or is it just me?
of position, but the smoke can interact with the environment in interesting ways. It reacts to lighting, grows to
Over here, he didn't really get out that much with a lot of smoke. But on that little teaser gameplay from the first video, he had a hell of a lot more smoke.
grows to fill spaces naturally.
I mean, you say naturally, right? But if a smoke blew up in there... Oh, cancel that. There might be some glass there.
The shape of the smoke cloud can be pushed and carved by bullets and grenades. In Counter-Strike 2,
Interesting.
smoke grenades provide even
Very
more tactical
interesting.
opportunities. They're just going to look and play better.
Hold on. I think I'm discerning a different AK sound here.
And play better.
Yeah. Yeah. Has a more bass feeling to it. Okay. Alright. I really like this change. I think this is going to freshen up a lot of CSGO's matches. And will probably incentivize a hell of a lot more people to use smokes in here. Because it's not just smoke this area and that's it anymore. Smoke this area, if you shoot in the middle of the smoke, you get kind of like a little peak. So you can kind of try and take advantage of that. If you're on the opposing team that threw the smoke, throw a grenade in there, cancel that smoke out, kill the person immediately. Or just debate your opponent and just throw a grenade immediately like to the other side. I think this creates a lot of situations where it's gonna change your gameplay style quite a lot. And I think it brings quite a lot of more mind games. I wonder if they're gonna change this lighting inside. I really don't like it. It's way too blue here. I really hope they change that. Leveling up the world. Let's go. Set to 2K again. 1.3.
With over 20 years of history, maps are a fundamental pillar of Counter-Strike.
Source.
And in Counter-Strike 2, maps are getting a new look. But don't worry, you can still bring along your countless hours honing strategies and exploiting every corner.
Yeah, look at the fire. It's quite
Honing
different.
Strategies and exploit.
Fire does seem dynamic too. Fire does seem dynamic too. They're talking about dynamic smokes, but fire does look dynamic too.
Every corner and crevice. We took 3 approaches to improving maps while retaining their rich legacy. First, there are touchstone maps. Classic maps with solid foundations that players can use to evaluate gameplay changes from CSGO to Counter-Strike 2.
Okay.
These have improvements to lighting and character read, but otherwise
That's trained. This is what's it called?
haven't
Mirage.
been changed.
And it does look like it has at least some surface scattering, and I would say ray tracing. I would say it.
Next, we have upgrades. These are maps that use new Source 2 lighting, including a physically based rendering system that produces realistic materials, lighting, and reflections. And finally, overhauls. The oldest maps have been fully rebuilt from the ground up, leveraging all of the Source 2
This is Italy, I think, right? Does look like it's Italy.
tools and rendering features.
Overpass.
These tools will be available for community map makers to make it easier to build, experiment, and iterate. With upgrades to lighting, player read, and materials in Counter-Strike 2, even the familiar will feel brand new.
Hold on, this is the Inferno secondary long, right? Second mid. I think it is. Forgive my Counter-Strike slang. It's been a good 2 to 3 years since I ever took CS:GO serious here.
And
So
new.
this is definitely Italy. I do remember this from the 1.6 and 1.3 times. Good times. Good times. Okay. So certain weapons did get a little upgrade on how they used to look. This is definitely a different taser. It hasn't. I haven't seen tasers like this. And notice how the bomb over here is also being illuminated. So there's definitely some dynamic light at play. Now, is it RTX? I don't know. Does the game need RTX? I don't think so. And I think if it does have global illumination, that's good. RTX, that's a bit too much for a majority of the PCs. But I think I know. I think Valve in specific knows this because they have the stats. They have our PC specs in mind. Now, personally, I think that this is exactly what players wanted. I can't speak for everyone, obviously. This is very debatable amongst all CS:GO players. Some just wanted a completely different game, way more changes. But the people that stuck with, well, basically the entirety of the Counter-Strike genre wanted exactly this. Give it a fresh coat of paint, maybe update the models of certain weapons, bring something new to the table, but not that super game changing that's gonna affect everyone, like the smokes, the ones that we're seeing right here, and call it a day. Now, I am pretty sure, I've read from multiple sources, that CS:GO 2 will carry over from Counter-Strike. So all your skins, your medals, your stats, maybe even your rank. I'm gonna say maybe because they might want to do a rank reset or something along the lines of that. All of that is gonna carry to Counter-Strike 2. Now, will CS:GO stop existing? I personally wouldn't do it. Maybe stop the support. I get it, right? Valve is a big company, but it's not like the ultimate enormous company. Let's be honest over here, chat. They barely do games nowadays. But from what I've seen, this is exactly what players wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. I haven't played CS for real. Like, I installed it a couple times and like played a game or two with the boys, just to remember the old times and stuff like that. But I haven't played CS:GO in quite a while. And it has nothing to do with I felt burnt out or anything like that. It's just because we grew up playing this game, so we played a lot of it, and it was time for us to move on. Now, with the introduction of Counter-Strike 2, I think you might start seeing a couple of bits of gameplay here and there from me because, well, it's always a fun experience. It breaks the mode of me playing Overwatch or me playing Dead by Daylight or me playing the usual rotation of games that I usually play. So I might actually come back to it. When it comes to the trailers they released, obviously we're reacting to this, and the trailer came out 4 hours ago? Yeah, exactly 4 hours ago. By the time you're seeing this stream and or later YouTube video. So, from what they showed right now, if they stuck with just this, I would have said, yeah, I'd go for it.